conscripts with another M4. Oh, this M4 Sherman's like, all right, you're mine, bitch. You killed my friend. Panzer IV, though, could help turn the tide. If they combine for arms, they could beat it. Hello everyone, this is Greyshot17 here, bringing you another COH2 replay. With us today is a 3v3 Axis vs Allies, most actually pretty much entirely Wehrmacht versus 2 Americans and a Soviet. If you want to submit a replay, submit to greyshotproductions at gmail.com and I'll gladly take a look at it. But otherwise, we got ourselves Chippy, O, Alive, Mailing, Sergeant Sarge, great name, and Ribs. Double check everyone's rank real quick, and we can see that it looks like the Axis have a clear superiority except for one player. We'll see how that goes. Again, personally, rank doesn't matter in a lot of these games just because of the fact that a lot of times I've seen guys with less prestige do a lot better, and guys with high amounts of prestige completely, well, suck. But we'll see how this game turns out. Any case, right now we're on Essence Steelworks, which is essentially a very urbanized map with a big industrial complex on the left, a little more wide open industrial complex on right, at least because of this huge area over here, especially if things start breaking down. It's just long sites, in my opinion, compared to over here, which is, yes, you have the site like right here, but there's still tons of areas that are just unfortunately can block stuff, which is unfortunate. But in any case, the nice thing is there is these like close lot areas that you can do your engagements in or kind of flank around if necessary. And then of course you got the middle, which is a nice big wide open area for like tank destroyers and other things to really go buck wild. Nice MG right there, suppresses the re-echelons very quickly. Let's see, although we got Soviet forces coming on in, they got an MG in the building. Hopefully going to try to suppress and keep this area under their control. But right now, the problem is the Axis already took this. So good job Alive, who went, by the way, Jaeger armor. A little bit interesting to go an Elephant in this region, but we'll see if he can navigate it very well. Meanwhile, we got O as well going with Blitzkrieg Doctrine. He got himself 2 MGs. And again, he's kind of backing up Alive. And again, not bad. Well, again, overall Doctrine, the big thing about Chippy as well is he went a mechanized, so we can see some Assault Grenadiers do very well close range. But we'll see. He's deployed Grenadiers, which usually I see one or the other. We'll see how a mixed variety goes. Ribs has gone unleashed, so we can see some Dushkas. Right now he has a conscript Scar with Pioneer and an MG kind of just guarding over right. Looks like these Germans are putting a lot of pressure on him, though. And with the MG-42 backing him up, although he's not firing, he should be doing enough damage to hopefully push back the Allies. Meanwhile, the MG over in this region is still kind of guarding this, but the MG was being hit by a mortar, which was, by the way, the American mortar, Sergeant Sarge, with Rifle Company. Now, Rifle Company is very good because, of course, you get the Easy 8, which is a very good tank, the advanced equipment, which, again, who doesn't like a flamethrower? And then, of course, you get White Phosphorus, which reduces health to pretty much 0. A pistol could kill all the men in the squad. Anyway, looks like the engineer squad's going to die if he doesn't retreat. He does. Good job. Conscripts coming in. Might try to flank. Good opportunity there. Grenadiers, though, is one issue. He can also flank this way, although we do have double MG over here. Or he can ignore both and just go straight for the mortar. Not a bad idea. If you can go for that deep strike, remove their support, that's a pretty good tactic. But Allies, unfortunately, not having any fuel in both areas. The Allies have lost pretty much control of fuel and munitions. Both munitions are now under Axis control with MGs backing them up in areas to make sure the Allies can't get anywhere close. If they continue to do this, they can definitely hold back their forces, but we'll see. We'll absolutely have to see. Anyway, Riflemen putting pressure on the Grenadiers. Still tons over here with the Assault Grens, maybe just waiting. Right now, the Allies are in a bit of a pickle. They are going a lot of support equipment. American forces coming on in on the left. We got, let's see, a mortar with Riflemen in mid, but they've gotten this point, but they haven't really gotten much else. Nice. Oh my god. Secret Agent Conscript is doing very well just Molotoving that MG. Again, just causing havoc. He pushed back the mortar, and he's now putting pressure on that MG. And again, it's a lot of small battles, but sometimes you don't need this huge engagement. Good Molotov. This guy was not paying attention. Which is good. Most likely he was paying attention to another front. Maybe some of his men coming on in, or the Grenadier squad trying to assist over here. Double mortars, though, going to do a lot of pressure against tight-knit units or units in buildings. We'll see how effective this is. Grenadiers and assault grenadiers don't know what to do. They were going to push, but the riflemen came out of the brush and managed to pretty much push them back. So very nice there. Very nice. Meanwhile, with an MG42 now being hit by that double mortar fire. We have a captain on the field, so that's really good. We could see some really good American units shortly. And the half-track is first up. Very, very cool. Again, good amount of suppression. Light armor capabilities with its main gun if you can keep it well stationed. And as well as just good anti-infantry capabilities all around. One good volley of grenades could knock these units out. We shall see. Grenades being thrown. Great one in the back, but riflemen are managed to get the hell out. Rifleman kills the model, but it could have been a lot worse. So overall, not too shabby. Riflemen barely taking any casualties. I spoken too soon. They just lost 5 men. So good rifle grenades. Well, at least the last one was a good rifle grenade, but the mortars are still causing a hell of an amount of damage. Like, they need unfortunately, even though with all the territorial gains, middle is just collapsing. We can see here the allies are pushing pretty firmly in this region. So good job there. They're grabbing this. Right now, the Axis need to figure out what to do. Grenadiers could possibly put up a fight in the arcing in the building to push and override them. Another nice Molotov. God damn. Doing a great job burning them alive. Riflemen equipped with bars now coming in. Good upgrade, Sergeant Sarge. Again, I see a lot of times people forget about upgrades. Mailing Pete is. He doesn't have his upgrades. So there's that. Grenadiers having a bit of a tough time versus those riflemen. We'll have to pull them back. There is additional mortars on this side. Now we got 2 mortars. Although, again, probably the best area is still the left. That flame half-track did wonders and pushed back a ton of American forces. If that AA half-track could have been on the field sooner, he probably could have done more damage. But at least it did push back the AA half-track for the time. And although U doesn't really have too much, he doesn't have a lot of forces in this region. Most of them had to fall back. And, yeah, he needs a lot more to reinforce. Although, it looks like the Americans have placed a position here to stop any Axis counterattacks, at least temporarily. I think the flamethrower, a nice flank, could easily kill that with ease. Meanwhile, again, we have U's men kind of actually taking mid and putting up some barbed wire to stop them from pushing in, easily taking the point. Though I think they could, yeah, they can still come in this way. So I'm a little unsure about that. Anyway, we have combat engineers laying a demo down. We'll see where he places it. Honestly, you want to either put it right next to the point so it's very hard to see, or, because if we look at Fog of War, yeah, sure, he can't see it, but, give it a second. Now he can. Now, if, again, he's paying attention, he'll see the demo there and he'll target it, while hopefully keeping his man at a safe distance. You know what? Fuck the distance. Oh god. Who needs it? Friendly fire. That man didn't care. And now he just has a hand. That's all he has. Is just a simple hand. Damn. Maybe, you know, not danger close would be a good idea. Don't worry, half-track's like, don't worry, I got another man inside. He'll reinforce you. This man will also take is smarter with demos. He got some training. He knows to take 5 steps back. Just 5, no more further steps back. We always move forward. Anyway, Allied forces being hit by the flame half-track once again. And we have a pack gun over here as well that got repositioned. So if this AA half-track comes on in, which it is, pack gun's like, hey, what's up? Come on in, boy. Come on. Although, one negative, I would say he's already allowing the allies to see this, and the mortars are targeting it. Honestly, they should. Pack guns should be prioritizing vehicles. I get if you want to take shots and there's nothing there, but we know there's a half-track there, so that's why I'm a little more concerned. Major assault on right. A lot of grenadiers pushing up with assault grenadiers. Throwing grenades once again. Although another American grenade's going to probably... Oh, that's a lot of damage. And nothing on the American. Good micro by Sergeant Sarge right there. Ribs with his conscripts. Pushing on in with some Uras. Coming in on the other side of that American force. Maybe even going for him for the mortars. That half-track might... No, he's not moving in. AT grenade? We going to get AT grenade? AT grenade? AT grenade? Yes, we do. Okay, so that's going to be falling. That it won't come up to the front, at least for a little while it's getting repairs. Meanwhile, we still have the MG over here. Barely alive, mind you, but it's still there. American firepower pushing on in. Good mortar hits, probably going to knock out. Yeah, it knocked out 2 models. Luckily, it was, I believe, reinforcing at the time, so good. I think, no, it wasn't. Wait, are they? No, they are. They are reinforcing still. Okay. I thought they... Alright, sure, why not? I thought they couldn't reinforce fast enough, but they still are. They're still managing to keep that mortar in the Pioneer squad, but that American is just getting kill after kill. He's up to 12, 13 kills now. He's like, just keep coming out of the half track. I'll just keep shooting you. Grenades coming down on that with a Molotov from behind. God damn. Man, Ribs is just not letting you go. Man, he's a pro at barbecuing Germans. That's all I have to say. Those Molotovs are just being nasty toward him. And good job to him, because that's putting excess manpower pretty much down the drain for the Germans, which hopefully allows the Allies a little bit of a reprieve, a moment to counterattack, to build up their resolve. Also, watch out for mortar fire, because they're very dangerously close on losing that. Let's see. We saw the MG over here guarding this point. Pack gun is not really hitting too much. I guess it's just hardy infantry. Hasn't hurt the infantry yet, but it has gotten some veterancy points. Not enough for Vet 1, but it is close. So, half track moving on in. And mortars are opening fire on the MG. Doing a bit of damage. A half track as well. Kind of trying to guard this point, but the pack gun's still there. Could easily move up. And also, remember, this MG can also move up. If it's positioned correctly in like a heavy cover, and if fires armor piercing rounds, it could make quick work of that half track. But again, you have to worry about mortar fire and also it firing before it sets up and activates armor piercing rounds, because it can still do a lot of damage and possibly kill it. So yeah, you have to watch out. We still have all these mortar, a lot of grouped up infantry over here. Let's see, Sergeant Sarge is getting a lot of AT guns on the front. Good idea. It's about 12 minutes in, so we should expect armor, especially against the German force, who we've seen have superiority over the fuel for quite some time. Now, they have a Panzerschreck team? Okay. Panzer Grenadiers might have lost Panzerschreck. Yep, he did. This squad lost Panzerschreck, most likely retreating in combat. Mortars moving in, but the Panzer Grenadiers are just walking on in, deciding, yeah, this is a great place to bundle. Again, nice thing about this map, a lot of corridors to get around the enemy. Bundle grenade being thrown, a lot of good grenades this game. Gets a fantastic hit, knocks out a Vet 1 mortar, and flames will keep this area burning, so American forces will retreat. More American forces in mid, their mortars are pretty much, oh, smoke coming down. Another Molotov! Oh, wait, with an AT grenade? Oh, AT grenade, then Molotov. Jesus! Man, Alive does not like being alive, or at the very least, he loves being burned alive by gasoline in a bottle. Because, yeah, he just I mean, some good strikes in. Now, I will say this, Rapes doesn't have a huge army, but it's not from the lack of, like, here's my thing, he has 1,200 manpower. Like, I don't know what you're saving up for. Like, get more conscripts, get AT guns, get something to reinforce because you don't have a huge army. Meanwhile, Alive doesn't have a huge army. He doesn't have any frontline troops left. That's how bad it is. He does have enough for armor, so he could deploy a Panzer IV. He is deploying a Panzer IV. Alright. Ooh, half-tracks just going around. Let's see. We don't have any advancements with tier 3 or 4 buildings, but he has the upgrades for tier 3, so we could expect something along those lines shortly. Meanwhile, Chip has a tier 4 building, and he's probably gonna get Panther or Tiger, if I have to assume. So we could see a Tiger. Also, good use of the half-track burning down the building. Again, if you know the enemy's gonna take advantage of it, why would you keep it on that side? So, again, good job there for realizing that is a threat to your control over the region. Tear it down. Sniper has been deployed by Cheapy. I haven't really seen too much action by it, but it has 7 kills, so it has been doing work. Nice attempt trying to get it, but a half-track stops them real quick. We have a retreat point here, as well as a Sherman on the front. Okay, hasn't picked a Doctrine yet, but hey, we have a Sherman. Coming on up, again, can provide some good anti-infantry or anti-armor firepower, especially if it's a medium armored Panzer IV, not an advanced medium or heavy tank. By the way, I know people are like, well, the Panther was a heavy tank and other, like, even although there's, like, stipulations where it's like, yeah, well, like, the dominations of, like, what kind of armor wasn't really made, so it's in by the class and everything like that, and the weight, it's, like, considered this, but it was in the mediums. It's like, that's why I always like advanced medium. That's why I love Ruse, because it's like, yeah, we're just going to cut out the bullshit. It's an advanced medium tank. Changed my mind. Although I do recommend military history visualized, because they do a really good job of breaking it down, a lot of the classifications of armor and such, which is really fascinating. But in any case, conscript falling on back, mortars taking the point, which is that is a move you do when you're about to lose the game, not when you're trying to win the game. Like, because again, it's like you're about to lose the game. Oh shit, need to get that point. Not, hey, I want to win this game over the long term. Let me sacrifice my mortars. Not the smartest move. Although, I was going to say Panzer IV is just going to walk over this area. Yeah, no. We have M4C Sherman coming on in. Panzer IV realized he has made a terrible mistake. AT grenades hitting it. And there goes the Panzer IV with quick ease. Sherman coming around, going to put some pressure on the MG. Grenadiers coming on in while the MG suppress the infantry, which may have to fall back. But the Sherman's still doing work, still trying to do damage. We'll see how things go. Again, U has a Brumbar being developed, of all things. Arm-piercing rounds might be able to do a little bit of damage there. Luckily, his ally, Cheapy, is coming in to save the day with Grenadiers, Panzer Grenadiers, and Assault Grenadiers. All types of Grenadiers are welcome in his army. Anyway, AT gun has been knocked out. Panzer IV. God damn it. Sherman is now on the field, the M4C, and it's being hit by Panzer Grenadiers and Panzerfaust, but fortunately, he has to pull back. Oh, a Panther! Cheapy went with a Panther, and that's great timing because this Sherman is effed. Panzer Grenadiers will probably put an end to it, although running over the men, definitely not. Definitely like a last-minute FU. Good job, though. You did kill a squad before you died. You're probably weren't going to win or get out of there anyway unless you deployed smoke, which is very, very risky. I mean, it does increase survivability, but it's like, is it worth it to even drop in the first place? What the hell? Oh, the mortars. I'm like, what the hell? Is he coming in from the grave? Is he trying to? Is he trying to just be like, oh, Greyshot? No. I did deploy smoke, and I'm firing it from my grave. That's happened before when there's a dead tank and smokes. I've seen smoke pop out of it. Any case, luckily, Alive is getting back his army, another Panzer IV, which, we'll see. Is that another M4C? No, it's Easy 8. I'm sorry. My apologies. Like, what the hell? No, it's a Easy 8. But, yeah, no, good. It's at least putting pressure on the Panther. Again, the Easy 8 and the M4C are both very good Shermans. They can't beat a Panther, but they're good Shermans nonetheless, and they can definitely go toe-to-toe with the Panther and hold it back. A little bit of infantry support goes a long way and could probably overwhelm it. Example, especially if they grab the AT gun. American forces welcoming on in. Panther, even with the 50 cal, not 50 cal, MG42, I'm losing my mind. You're welcome. Any case, even with the MG42 blasting them, not enough damage. But a AT grenade is being fired. That will pin it for the time being. We have a Panzer IV that can come over to provide some support. Conscripts with another M4. Oh, this M4C Sherman's like, alright, you're mine, bitch. You killed my friend. Panzer IV, though, could help turn the tide. If they combine for arms, they could beat it. It's going to be close. We have mines in play, but the conscript's going after Panzer IV. Panther's still putting pressure. Oh, Panzer IV can't penetrate. AT grenades being thrown, but not enough so far to knock out its engine. Though Panzer IV knocks out the M4C. Good teamwork there. Good teamwork. Again, you thought you could win, but Panzer IV is just enough to make sure that, yeah, that M4C gets absolutely knocked out. A T-gun being brought up would have been better, honestly. Bring that up, and that would have probably helped push the Panzer IV back, and maybe you could have used the range of the M4C, even if you, because again, you can equip it to be designed against heavier armor and penetrate Panthers. So you keep it at range, you have the conscripts take most of the action. Yeah, things could turn out well. Ribs, I do think your army is still quite small. I still think, I mean, like, I understand you had 2 M4Cs, that's fine, but it still it could be a little better. Meanwhile, we have a Sherman trying to get the heck out of there. Easy 8. Oh, Rangers, though. Oh, my, I love this turn. He's like, I'm back. I never left. I made a logical, oh, my God, all the shots hit there and nothing at the half track. Thank God. That's a good sign. Meanwhile, Rangers pushing in. Biggest issue, though, is hurting the armor. Brumbar did get knocked out by the EZ8. All the infantry and everything's over here is just being torn apart. This is the front. I didn't expect such a fierce counterattack, but Rangers, very good at killing infantry. Backed up by the Sherman just running rampant because that other Panther is currently knocked out. And no, there's no way in hell a Brumbar can assist. Yeah, this is a scenario where just pull back. Just pull back. Ooh, just lost a ton of men in that battle. Holy God. Sergeant has a large army. Mailing now is a large army. Ribs has a good amount and getting a Katusha. Panzer Grenadiers could, with a pack gun firing, knock it out. It would just need a quick succession. Alas, pack gun's looking the wrong way. Oh, no, actually, well, no, pack gun shot could kill it. Not able to, though. Dropping smoke. We have, oh, Suckless Air Support. If they are already tracked on it, they would kill it. We'll see. They're going after the Jackson instead. If they were tracked on it, I absolutely could see it. They're not, though. They're not. Oh, wait, maybe. Hold on. Plane come in? Nope, it's just flying overhead. AA gun as well might shoot down. Did shoot it down. So, yeah. Nice job with the AA as well, making sure any plane is shot down immediately. Artillery is going to stop them from taking the point for a moment. But, yeah, not too much overall. We have a double Panzer IV push, doing a lot of damage to these conscripts. Holding them back, unfortunately, against that armor. Yeah, Ribs is having a rough time. Katusha just trying to cover the retreat. And doing a good job. Looks like the German infantry can advance much further. And we'll probably have to go in for some heals. So good shots there. Panzer IV is pulling on back. Some actually leftover equipment. Even though we have the max and we have Panzer Strike over here. That's a good take. Oh, good sniper. Up to 14 kills. Panther might kill him, though, because he's blocking him in. We'll see. We have a Jackson. Needs some heals. Again, he can decrew that. We still have those Rangers, by the way. Those Rangers are a beat. We have 3 Ranger squads with bazookas. Oh my God, that is what you need to deal damage to that Axis army because it's so powerful. It is incredibly powerful to do tons of damage with. Now, I don't think they can get through here by themselves without an additional smoke drop. If they drop smoke, they can get in. If they don't, they're going to have some issues. Unless they get in the building. Maybe they can fire enough damage on this, but we'll see. Anyway, it looks like Cheapy has actually repositioned himself on the right. I think he tried to take out Ribs, and his goal is to come around and maybe do an attack where they least suspect it. And I know it's like, they're probably expecting a push here because the Axis control it, but he might be thinking the Axis might switch over to help his ally out. Oh God, a big old group here. A Panzerwerfer might be a good thing. A lot of infantry, well, MG42 stolen, nice. Easy 8 and Jackson opening fire. AT grenade being hit. Yep, hitting the Panther. Also easily beat back. Oh, just smoking to get around the bunker. Huge blob coming on in. Panzer IV, along with Panzer Strikes, trying to hit that armor. Jackson might need to reposition out of there if the Panzer Strikes. Why are the Panzer Strikes retreating backwards? Go forwards! Move forwards. That's what's gonna murder you if he moves up. A lot of grouped up stuff. Katusha realizing, yeah, that's a good target. And yeah, not a bad hit. Because they'll do damage to armor, it'll hit the infantry, good all around. Large grouping of conscripts coming in from behind once again. Man, Ribs just is like, How do I get behind the enemy? That's what I'm going to do. Molotov burning a lot of the German Grenadiers. Killed one squad. Light artillery barrage coming in on them, but the damage is done. Molotov's burning away the Grenadiers. Might be able to get another squad. Very, very close. So very close, but they managed to live on the retreat. Conscripts pulling on back, managed to get away mostly unscathed to the models. So again, just need to reinforce. American infantry, though, coming on in, trying to push back those Panzer IVs. Axis armor is making it out, but they did do quite a bit of damage to the Allies. But the Allies also did damage to the infantry, more so than the armor game. The armor game, the Axis won. The infantry game, the Allies won that. That Molotov strike was incredibly potent. Why you fire Panzer Grenadiers, I don't know. Again, firing that with combination with the Panzer IVs would be better. This Easy-8's like literally just sneaking up on their ass. Dude, armor. There's rear armor and front armor. There should be side armor, but we'll move away from that point. Stuka bomb's coming in. I think it's coming in here. Oh, kills one squad. Although, might have done a little damage to his own unit. Yeah, that was a bad play. I don't know why you pushed up so much. You had no infantry support whatsoever. You combining your attack with your ally did wonders. You going in by yourself just left you wide open. And now your ally is left with literally his army, whereas I think it would have been better if you did another combined assault. Meanwhile, huge American push. One Panther is like, I can't handle this. Luckily, there's a Grenadier squad here, although they do have Panzerschreck, so maybe a little less effective. Grenade going off low from behind, only kills 2 models. Gonna need to do a little bit, you know, in the middle of that giant monstrosity. A command tank could be good, fire some pop shots at long range. Honestly, a Panzerwerfer or a Brumbar would be most effective. The only reason I say a command tank is also you buff your allies around you, so that could be good. Another big push coming in over here. S-285 putting pressure on the Panther. Again, slowly but surely the Soviets advance, and not much the Germans can really do. They have some Grenadiers, but I don't think this is enough infantry at all to stop them, plus the MG can suppress. Never mind the MG suppressing all this. Conscripts coming on in, doing a little bit of damage against all those units. MG repositioning, bad timing. These guys could, fire a volley of Panzerschrecks at the Su-85. Panther did get killed by something. I think that was already dead, so I'm not entirely sure what killed it. Maybe the Su-85 got last snipe in. Whatever the case may be, it died, and the Su-85 is also dead. Luckily, though, Ribs has more than enough manpower and fuel to get more. We also have Sergeant Sarge coming on in with an Easy-8 and a Jackson coming onto the field. American infantry as well. Wow, okay, looking pretty good. Cheapy has left the game after that loss, unfortunately. So that's a bit of an F. Although, to be fair, it looks like on the left, it's completely dominated by Allied forces. So I get why he left. I get why he's definitely in more of a sour state. But again, I still think there's a good counterattack opportunity. The Allies' overall population, except for Ribs, which is still at 50, is probably 80s. I like probably upper 70s. I would say if I had to give an estimate. Whereas the Allies are ooh, there goes ooh. Aw, damn. All right. Yep, that's 2 drop Germans. I'm gonna fast forward it from that now on, because essentially it's just wrapping things up. That's all this game's gonna be. But for the first 30 minutes of this game, I will say, a damn good fight. Although, if I had to be honest, the fierce counterattack and tag team of one player over here was very good. So coordination and cooperation played a part. I feel like the Allies did a better part in that regard. The Germans seemed to help out. When they did do a combination effort, they did damage. When they didn't, they backfired greatly. So second part I would say they failed in was attacks from the rear. Ribs did a fantastic job at just constantly smacking alive behind enemy lines, which is why he lost his army in the first place. American forces pulling on back, but overall, Allies actually managing to take over the Axis managing to take over territory. It's just 2 AI. Like I said, I don't think the AI is going to win this. They do have 2 victory points right now, somehow. Do they have a lot of reserves or something? They have a half-track and a Stug. This isn't exactly a huge fighting force. Although Alive still has his group. We have smoke coming on in. Yeah, M4Cs took bit off way more they can chew. But they're still dropping smoke to try to get out. He's just giving chase, though. Wait, wait. Jackson's coming on in. Again, still plenty of reserves left. What? Jackson was lost. Allied forces. Oh, getting more armor. Never mind. I was like, are they going to win? Oh, they're grouped up. They're going to just be run over and torn apart. They're being hit. I mean, the Pershing's going to come in there and start wrecking shop on that Stug. But you got to give credit where credit's due. AI is actually doing some work. He's at least holding off this territory. Big old blob coming on in. AI is going to have a rough time bursting that unless they do get a nice bundle grenade. Which, again, would be perfect against this blob. A nice, good old bundle grenade. But, yeah, allies aren't going to lose this. Like, for a second there, I'm like, what? But, yeah. No, they got this in the bag. Alive can't keep this up. Once they start coordinating, yeah, things go downhill pretty quick. I'll give them credit. They're definitely doing work, but they're just being overwhelmed. Artillery's coming down. Yeah, 2 victory points still for the Axis, but I don't think Alive really cares. He doesn't have much of an army, and he will surrender. Damn, AI actually had a good counterattack, although they did have a huge army. Honestly, they're as big as one player, and the reserves on them are quite astounding. So, no, they wouldn't have won. As soon as they start coordinating, they would be fine. Though, it is hilarious to see the allies currently freak out as the AI just runs through their lines without a care in the world. Yeah, so anyway, double checking. Alive got most kills and, got most damage. That makes sense. His Panther charges were, not Panther, sorry. He had some good Panzer Grenadiers and some pack defense and stuff like that in this area to kind of hold. So he was doing quite a bit of damage versus the American. What I also will say is Cheapy had some good Panther support. So there's that. We double check the allies. We can see Sergeant having most damage. Again, have to give credit where credit's due. Easy 8s were definitely doing a lot of work. He definitely lost quite a bit, but they were doing quite a bit of work. And as well, kill-wise, barely goes to mailing, so good job there. But Ribs, thank you so very much for submitting this replay. You can submit a replay just like Ribs to greyshotproductions@gmail.com or my Discord. If you're a Patreon supporter or sub, you could just drop it in my replay submission folder, and I'll take a look. But yeah, no, good game. I think this goes coordination and also really good sneak attacks. Really damn good sneak attacks, so very nice. And again, use the terrain to your advantage. If it's so large and massive, come around. I mean, you could charge, and that worked on the left because he just overwhelmed the defenses over here. But like, if you know the terrain, just sneak up, attack the enemy from behind, try to split them off, and that way you can pick them off in smaller groups, and that's a lot easier than a big army. But unless you have some big airstrike or something to counter it. But in any case, that's gonna be it. Thanks for watching. It's been Greyshot17. I'll see all of you next time. Hello everyone, this is Greyshot. Before I go, I want to give a special shout out to Patreon supporters Josh, Milam, Joey G240, Just Thomas Plays, Spartycus, Rifle, JrChicklis, Pyroshark, Ollie, Ace, GTA, and Jakub Osweija. Thank you all for your incredible support. This has been Greyshot17 and his amazing patrons, and I'll see you all next time.